Well, Senator Lindsey says it would be an utter disaster if the bipartisan $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill fails to pass the House this week because it's linked to a larger budget bill by the Democrats. Our Ann Emerson met up with the senator while he hosted a roundtable with area leaders about local infrastructure projects. She finds out what's at stake for the Lowcountry in this bill.
I'm focused like a laser on the needs of this part of South Carolina because you're a cash cow for the rest of us.
A cash cow with an aging infrastructure.
They're safe bridges, but they do need some work to be done to them.
Tri-County leaders told the senator today that there's a legitimate need for about $8 billion worth of funding for our popular part of the country. We're talking about our roads, bridges, ports, and broadband.
If this bill passes, it'll be a 30% increase for South Carolina, about $1 billion of new money.
Money that he called a start in getting our area up to speed. The bill would also cut down on the red tape to get those projects moving. Right now, it takes on average 7 years for permitting.
And we think we can reduce the regulatory time to 2 years and still be environmentally sound.
But first, it's got to pass the House. Graham says for that to happen, it must be separate from the $3.5 trillion budget bill proposed by the Democrats.
Partisan politics has got to give way to the common good eventually. Eventually, Republicans and Democrats have got to figure out whether you like each other or not, you're still stuck in traffic together.
Well, mask mandates in our schools, it's a debate we've dealt with for weeks now. And tonight, DD2 took up the issue, and our Eli Brand monitored what they decided to do. He joins us live now from Summerville. Eli.
Well, Tessa, the decision tonight was not to make a decision. The board did not vote yes or no on a mask mandate because they said there were too many factors that would go into enforcing it. But before that decision was made, the room got heated yet again.
How about excessive middle fingers? The garbage.
3 people were removed from the meeting after just one public comment, a testament to the controversial issue. It's one the board didn't vote yes or no on.
The numbers are down. They're going down every day. This is a blessing that we've been praying for. So that is why I think the board, along with Mr. Pye and principals, made a wise decision.
It's a decision to keep their mask policy in place, but school leaders promise to keep an eye on the COVID numbers as they go forward. As for parents in the room, this is still a hot topic.
It is not anyone's responsibility to prevent other people from becoming ill. No one has a right not to catch a virus.
It's looking a lot better now than it did 2 weeks ago. So it's a little late to do something proactive, but that doesn't mean that setting a precedent for when the next variant or whatever happens.
Board members spoke to the factors that kept them from making a decision, saying it was too much to overcome.
We realized there was too many components that weren't going to work for us to mandate it. We can't commingle money. It's very hard. It's just like Mr. Pye said, if you have to call a principal in to discipline a child that does not have a mask, you have commingled state and federal money. Even with the 3 feet apart, we don't have enough space in our rooms, in our classrooms, which you heard tonight, where even with wearing masks, that's not going to really make a difference.
Well, Superintendent Joseph Pye also says he spent hours with principals at district schools asking them what their opinions were on a potential mask mandate. He says while they said they would enforce it if the board voted for it, they said it would be an absolutely difficult task to pull off. And just to reiterate, this does not mean just because this decision was made tonight that a mask mandate is completely off of the table. The board can go back and vote for one if they decide that it is necessary in the future.
Despite a cease and desist, a judge upheld CCSD's mask mandate for now. The Board of Trustees chair believes there can now be a renewed focus on student education. Natalie Spall is live at district headquarters. Natalie.
Yeah, Tessa, a renewed focus is exactly what the board is hoping for with this decision. But I was outside the district building when this decision came down in front of dozens of mask mandate protesters who tell me that although the battle may have just gotten a little harder, it is far from over. They say they are sickened with the way CCSD has implemented this mask mandate and that they are heavily impacted by one themselves and also these students forced to learn virtually if they refuse to wear a mask. But the district remains steadfast in ensuring other items on their agenda are given adequate attention. Topping the list is how the district plans on spending upwards of $163 million in federal funding. That money, referred to as the Elementary and Secondary Emergency Relief Fund, or ESSER 3, comes as a means of cushioning the blow of the pandemic and will be spent over a 3-year period. CCSD must comply with rigorous state regulations on how exactly that money is spent and submitted a spending plan to the state at the end of August. Protesters, however, tell me their focus remains on the mask mandate.
Healthy kids have to sit at home longer than the kids who have gotten the vaccine, and that's their choice, but we're just asking for choice on our side as well.
And this is not something that I want my children to go forward with and think that this is normal, because it's not normal. This is not a new normal. This is not what we're here for.
Now, CCSD is currently the only school district in the Lowcountry to employ a mask mandate.